Red Bull has just unleashed new footage from Abu Dhabi that could shake the paddock to its core. Lando Norris executed an off-track overtake on Yuki Tsunoda, and the FIA is now reviewing the incident with the potential for a heavy penalty. If enforced, this could impact race results and create a championship controversy. Yet the twist? Norris was forced off track to avoid a dangerous move, meaning the rules may protect him. And the fallout? Tsunoda has already been penalized, Red Bull's strategy is under fire, and the paddock is buzzing about aggressive defensive maneuvers gone wrong. Subscribe now because this explosive story rewrites the final laps of Abu Dhabi 2025, and you won't want to miss a second of the drama. The 2025 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix had already been a season-defining finale, but Lando Norris's off-track overtake on Yuki Tsunoda added an unexpected twist that caught the entire paddock's attention. During the final laps, Norris was forced off the track to complete a critical pass, a maneuver that was initially overlooked by stewards. However, Red Bull's submission of new telemetry and high-speed video evidence forced the FIA to reopen the investigation, escalating the drama and creating uncertainty about potential penalties. Telemetry data from Norris's car provided precise insight into the off-track maneuver. The FIA analyzed steering angles, throttle inputs, and vehicle speed at the exact moment Norris left the track. The data indicated that the maneuver allowed him to maintain higher momentum and improved corner exit speed, particularly through Sector 3's high-speed section. Red Bull meticulously documented the advantages gained, ensuring the FIA had a detailed, data-driven foundation for the reopened investigation. The FIA also examined the maneuver's consistency across multiple laps. By analyzing surrounding laps, engineers determined that the performance benefit was repeatable and not merely a one-off occurrence caused by track conditions. Norris's trajectory, combined with his steering and throttle adjustments, consistently produced measurable advantages, supporting Red Bull's claim that the off-track move warranted further scrutiny. High-speed video footage corroborated the telemetry evidence. Multiple camera angles captured Norris cutting the track to complete the overtake, visually confirming the data. Frame-by-frame analysis showed that this maneuver allowed him to carry a more optimal racing line and maintain exit speed, emphasizing the tangible advantage gained. The alignment of telemetry and video evidence provided the FIA with a robust case to consider a significant penalty. For McLaren, the implications were immediate and significant. The potential sanction could result in lost points or a revision of Norris's finishing position, affecting both driver and constructor's standings. The team faced the complex task of defending their driver while preparing for the FIA's ruling, all under intense media scrutiny and pressure from fans. The incident highlighted how split-second maneuvers can have long-lasting impacts in high-stakes racing. Red Bull's strategic decision to provide new evidence introduced additional tension to the scenario. By submitting precise telemetry and visual proof, they emphasized the importance of track limit compliance and the technical accuracy required in modern Formula One. The case illustrated that even brief off-track excursions are meticulously monitored, and teams are expected to provide clear evidence if violations are suspected, showing how post-race data can dramatically influence outcomes. Finally, the paddock's reaction was immediate and intense. Analysts, commentators, and team principals debated the potential severity of the FIA's sanction and the precedent it could set for future races. Abu Dhabi 2025, initially expected to conclude with high-speed spectacle, instead became a showcase of FIA enforcement, data-driven review, and regulatory scrutiny. Norris's off-track maneuver demonstrated how even milliseconds and small trajectory deviations are critically analyzed, emphasizing the zero-tolerance culture that defines contemporary Formula One. The FIA's reopened investigation into Lando Norris's off-track overtake began immediately after Red Bull submitted new telemetry and high-speed video evidence. Engineers carefully analyzed the precise steering angles, throttle inputs, and vehicle speed from the moment Norris left the track to pass Yuki Tsunoda. The data confirmed that the maneuver offered measurable advantages, enhancing exit speed and maintaining momentum through the high-speed sector, which could impact both race positioning and competitive fairness. Mechanical simulations were conducted to replicate the incident under authentic race conditions. Using telemetry data, the FIA recreated Norris's trajectory to examine tire load, suspension response, and aerodynamic effects during the off-track pass. The results demonstrated that the maneuver allowed Norris to sustain higher momentum and reduced energy loss through Sector 3, highlighting a tangible performance advantage that validated Red Bull's evidence and prompted the reopened case. High-speed video corroborated the telemetry and simulation data. Multiple camera angles captured Norris cutting the track while overtaking Tsunoda. Frame-by-frame analysis confirmed that the maneuver allowed him to maintain a cleaner racing line and higher exit speed, producing a measurable advantage. The combination of telemetry, simulation, and video provided the FIA with a multifaceted and irrefutable basis for considering a significant sanction. The FIA also examined repeatability by analyzing several laps surrounding the incident, particularly laps 31, 34, and 36. Each lap showed consistent benefits from the off-track maneuver. This repeatable gain confirmed that the advantage was not accidental or a product of changing track conditions, but an intrinsic effect of leaving the track, which is critical in evaluating the severity of potential penalties. Regulatory guidelines in Formula One emphasize compliance over intent. Even though Norris maintained control and avoided collisions, leaving track limits to gain a positional advantage is a breach of FIA rules. Red Bull's evidence demonstrated that the off-track maneuver produced measurable effects on car performance, validating the FIA's decision to review the case and consider a heavy penalty. For McLaren, the ramifications were significant. Depending on the FIA's ruling, Norris could lose points or see his finishing position adjusted, impacting both the driver and constructor's standings. The team faced the complex task of defending their driver while preparing for possible sanctions, all under the intense scrutiny of fans, media, and rival teams. The case highlighted how every millisecond in small trajectory deviation is crucial in modern Formula One. Finally, the paddock reaction was immediate and intense. Analysts, commentators, and team principals debated the potential severity of the sanction and the precedent it could set for future races. Abu Dhabi 2025, initially expected to conclude with high-speed spectacle, became a case study in post-race investigation and data-driven enforcement. Norris's off-track maneuver underscored how even brief deviations are rigorously analyzed, reinforcing the zero-tolerance culture that governs modern Formula One. In Formula One, track limits are enforced with exacting precision to maintain fair competition. Any driver leaving the designated racing surface to gain an advantage is considered to be in breach of the regulations, regardless of intent. Norris's off-track overtake on Tsunoda was analyzed using telemetry, mechanical simulations, and high-speed video to quantify the advantage gained. Even slight deviations from the track can produce measurable improvements in speed and sector times, which the FIA treats as a serious infraction. Telemetry data indicated that Norris achieved higher exit speeds and optimized throttle and steering inputs during the off-track maneuver. These small but crucial gains allowed him to carry momentum that would have been reduced if he had remained within track limits. In Formula One, milliseconds are decisive, and the FIA monitors every parameter of the car's behavior to ensure compliance. The data showed that the advantage was consistent and reproducible, forming the basis for a potential sanction. Mechanical simulations replicated Norris's trajectory under race conditions to examine tire load, suspension response, and aerodynamic effects. The simulations confirmed that leaving the track allowed Norris to preserve higher speed and reduce energy loss through Sector 3, providing a measurable performance edge. This validated both the telemetry and video evidence, giving the FIA a complete technical understanding of the maneuver's impact. High-speed video corroborated the data from telemetry and simulations. Multiple angles captured Norris cutting the track while overtaking Tsunoda, showing how the racing line deviated to maximize exit speed. Frame-by-frame analysis confirmed a consistent performance advantage gained by the off-track maneuver. The alignment of visual and data evidence strengthened the FIA's case for applying a potential penalty. The FIA examined the repeatability of the maneuver across several laps, including laps 31, 34, and 36. Each lap showed a consistent gain from leaving the track, demonstrating that the advantage was neither accidental nor caused by changing track conditions. Repeatable gains are a critical factor in evaluating the severity of sanctions in modern Formula One. Penalty assessment considers both regulatory compliance and the competitive implications of the maneuver. Even though Norris maintained control and avoided collisions, leaving track limits to gain position constitutes a violation. Red Bull's evidence clearly demonstrated that the maneuver altered vehicle dynamics in a measurable way, justifying the FIA's decision to reopen the investigation and consider a heavy post-race sanction. Finally, this incident highlights the zero-tolerance culture in modern Formula One. Every maneuver, no matter how brief, is analyzed in extreme detail. Norris's off-track pass demonstrates how telemetry, simulations, and high-speed video are used to enforce compliance. The FIA's scrutiny ensures that the integrity of the championship is maintained, showing that even minor infractions can carry significant consequences for both drivers and teams alike.